Jill on the mic. It's about to get real. Keep it live, that's right. From Pennsylvania to across the globe, it's time for the Steelers All-Star Show.
Welcome to the Steelers by the Lake mini podcast. I'm James Strong, joined once again by my co-host Nick Pretzel. Nick, how you doing? Are you ready to knock out this 2024 draft class?
James, I'm super excited. Second episode in this series, and we've got more hits to talk about this time, which always gets me going. Love when we get to toot our own horn a little bit, give ourselves the proverbial pat on the back, kind of, just bask in the glory of when we do some good analytics in the draft process, which, as if you listen to the show, you well know is my favorite time of the year, and getting it right just feels so sweet.
Absolutely. So we're going to start with the one that was the biggest hit of all of these in the 2024 class. You predicted in your mock draft in the second round that the Pittsburgh Steelers would select Zach Frazier. We did a live joint mock where we also selected Zach Frazier, but took him in the first round. So right guy, wrong round. You nailed it in the correct round and everything, Nick. So good thing you got long arms because you could pat yourself on the back for this one.
Yeah, I think I peaked in 2024, and I will never be that good again because you'll see why in a moment here. But nailing the pick, nailing the round, was excited to get him. Basically a hometown guy, just drives right across the bridge and he's there. So love having Zach in the building. He's been great for us so far, and I'm looking forward to having him being the anchor of that line for hopefully his entire career, because I don't want to let Zach Frazier go ever.
Yeah, absolutely. What a home run of a selection by the Steelers, and a great evaluation on your end to take him in your mock in the correct round and everything. That's just pretty incredible. But that was not your only hit that year. You also selected Logan Lee in your mock draft, a late round pick to the Steelers in the defensive line out of Iowa. So take your bow again.
Just got a little bit of a round of applause for myself there, as they often did in grade school. But Logan Lee, he hasn't really been elite for the Steelers, but he's been serviceable. Was able to step in when there was an injury to our long snapper for a game emergency situation, because he had some experience there. So, he's been able to do a few different things for us. He hasn't been a stud of a guy, but in a late round pick, you're not always looking for elite talent. You're looking for a guy who can fill in when needed, and that's what he's been.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him this upcoming season because I feel like some of those obstacles on the rosters have been removed out of the way. So he's going to be a little higher up that depth chart with an opportunity to get some playing time this upcoming season. Hopefully a lot of playing time in the preseason too, but a hit nonetheless. Doesn't have to be a home run. Singles count too. So we're going to take that as a win. Next guy is somebody that I talked about a ton in the pre-draft process that season. And Cody actually mocked to the Steelers, didn't go to the Steelers, but Cooper DeJean, somebody we fell in love with in the pre-draft process, his return capabilities, his abilities as safety, as a corner, with the ball in his hands, his ability to go get to the end zone, ended up getting a pick six in the Super Bowl, which I predicted correctly on a live show on the Hardcore Sports Network. So you can check us out on there every Sunday morning also. But Cooper DeJean, one heck of a talent in Pittsburgh. You would probably wish they would have drafted him had it not been for Troy Fautanu working out pretty well. But Cooper DeJean, one heck of a player, man.
Yeah, really excited about Troy Fautanu. Hope he can remain healthy this year and do what he does. Still kind of wish we had DeJean. I mean, the Eagles got a steal there. As James mentioned, if you're listening to Hardcore Sports Network, they got a lot of Eagles fans out there, so I'm sure they're thrilled with their selection. And we would have been too. A great highlight by you and Cody. Ended up with that pick six in the Super Bowl. Has so far had last year had 64 solo tackles out of his 93 total, 1 forced fumble, 2 interceptions, and 16 passes defended the year before. And and just a monster of a season. I was trying to see if I could find the year before, but I don't have that up right now. But for his career, and I believe this is will be his third year, 144 tackles, 102 solo, 42 assists, half a sack, 2 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries, 2 interceptions, and looks like 22 passes defended. So a monster of a career so far for the young buck. one half of the exciting whites, which unfortunately have been split for the foreseeable future with Reed Blankenship moving on to Houston. But yeah, really good analytics by you and Cody there.
Hey, you never know. Philly could draft Dylan Thieneman and have their next generation of the exciting whites back in that secondary. But Cooper, just a super versatile dude. To play that well in the slot, to be that good against the run. 16 pass breakups in one season is an incredible amount of numbers. And then to get that pick 6 in the Super Bowl the year that the Eagles won a couple years ago, too, he was an instrumental part of that. So, incredible player and a great evaluation for the Eagles there. Next couple guys we did on a couple of live mock drafts, and these are people that we chose in those live mock drafts. One of them being linebacker Peyton Wilson. Extremely exciting, athletic middle linebacker, probably the most athletic middle linebacker. Well, definitely the most athletic middle linebacker we've had since Ryan Shazier. We even got to see him chase somebody down last year, a wide receiver that he had absolutely no business chasing down. But just the tenacity, he never gives up on a play. Topped out at like 22.5 miles an hour, I think, on that play. It was something incredible how fast he was. But he's going to get the opportunity. Patrick Queen going into the final year of his deal this upcoming season. Peyton Wilson is in a prove-it year. But as far as the talent, we liked it. We saw it. The Steelers liked it. They drafted it.
Hopefully he gets the opportunity to be that, and not have to be on special teams as much as we saw last year, because we saw that play improve when he wasn't having to do double duty. So hopefully we can stick him just on the defense, let him be who he is, and let him be that athletic freak that we drafted. And the next guy, James, is not one that the Steelers drafted, but one that we also highlighted in a live joint. Theo Johnson, tight end going to the Giants. Ended up this past season with 45 receptions on 74 targets for 528 yards, 11.7 average, 5 touchdowns, and a long reception of 42.
Yeah, so he turned into a quality starter for the New York Giants there in a situation where they're trying to develop as a team there. They finally got their quarterback figured out last year with Jackson Dart, it appears anyway. And here he is kind of developing into a very good tight end number 1. So did Pittsburgh draft him? No. Would the tight end room be even better had they drafted him and not gone the direction that they did go? Yeah, they would have been a better tight end room if they had Theo Johnson instead of making the trade that they did last year. We like Jalen Ramsey, but the other part of it didn't work out so well. So Theo Johnson, just another guy in that succession of tight ends coming from Penn State. Penn State's got a lot of them coming into the pros right now. Pat Freiermuth, Theo Johnson, Tyler Warren. Even before those guys, we had some more coming into the pros that just kind of set the standard. So we're seeing this over and over, Penn State producing these tight ends. And they're well-rounded dudes. They can block and they can catch the football. So Theo Johnson, somebody that it would have been fun to have as a Pittsburgh Steeler, but he's making his mark for the Giants there, and it's fun to cheer for a Penn State guy as a Penn State fan myself.
And who knows, with Harbaugh going to the Giants, we might see a bit of a change of the guard there. He just brought Isaiah Likely over, so maybe Theo Johnson is a candidate for cuts or becomes available. And if Pittsburgh doesn't address the tight end room in the draft, then maybe Theo Johnson's a guy that they could bring in. But if you listen to one of our previous mini-sodes, you might remember one of our sleepers being another Penn State tight end. So if you haven't checked that out, go give that episode a listen and see who that might be.
Absolutely, yeah. So he's 2 years into his rookie deal with Isaiah Likely there. You never know. After the 4-year rookie contract, free agency could bring him to Pittsburgh. So you never know. You never know.
Well, thank you for listening to this mini pod. If you would, please go give us a follow on all of our socials. Check out the main episodes and see what we're talking about with the draft upcoming this year. And until next time, this is your mini episode hosts, James and Nick, signing off.
Peace.